One man with a camera did what billion-dollar newsrooms refused to do. He knocked on doors, he filmed buildings, he followed the money. And what he exposed brought down a governor's reelection campaign and ignited a nationwide movement that legacy media can't stop. His name is Nick Shirley. Governor Tim Walz called him delusional, called him a conspiracy theorist, a white supremacist. Days later, Walz quit his campaign. Well, tonight, citizen journalists are fanning out across America. And the fraud they're uncovering is everywhere. The media lie machine just met its match. Now, here's what's really happening. See, Nick Shirley went on scene in Minnesota. He filmed Somali-run daycare and nonprofit operations pulling in massive taxpayer funding while appearing abandoned, dilapidated, or completely non-existent. He simply posted what he found. And instead of investigating, Governor Walz attacked the messenger. See, that was the tell. It's always the tell. Days later, Walz exited his reelection campaign. That moment proved something dangerous to the system, that one citizen with courage was more effective than entire newsrooms stacked with awards. And once that crack formed, the dam broke across Ohio, Washington State, California, and beyond. Everyday Americans began following Shirley's blueprint. They showed up to addresses tied to 6- and 7-figure payouts. They filmed empty buildings. They interviewed neighbors who said there is no daycare here. They found collapsed ceilings, debris-filled rooms, locked doors, and no children, yet millions flowing in. This is not commentary. This is the evidence, and you're about to see it. Because when citizen journalists are doing the work that billion-dollar networks refuse to touch, when regular Americans have to expose fraud the system wanted buried, you realize the old gatekeepers are gone. That is why being prepared for anything matters now. My Patriot Supply has a 3-month emergency food kit that could save your family. Save $100 right now. You get over 2,000 calories for 90 days. That's real meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, drinks, and snacks, packed in sturdy buckets that last 25 years. And it's all made in the USA. No MSG, no junk, fast free shipping, 30-day return, disaster replacement guarantee. Go to preparewithgary.com right now. That's preparewithgary.com. Get prepared and get peace of mind. The investigations are spreading fast, friends. In Columbus, Ohio, citizen journalists found the Somali Education Resource Center, an organization that received $42 million. There's nothing there. No one inside. Where's the money? In Washington State, reporter Cam Higbee exposed a daycare collecting nearly $1 million, yet residents say there's no daycare there. Muckraker journalists were swarmed at an Ohio mall for photographing a no ICE poster. A man on camera declared America will become a Muslim state. Elon Musk said it plainly. Legacy media is now a driver of misinformation. Well, average citizens often know more than credentialed journalists. See, the information regime is collapsing. And it's happening in real time. And what you're going to see here is the counterpoint of that investigation that's happening in Minnesota. As I've said, and we have reported, the investigations that are now occurring at the federal level, the surge that President Trump is pushing into Minnesota, is now going to activate those prosecutors. Prosecutors need to find a place to look. Oftentimes, they don't have all the resources available because they're focused on one thing. Well, guess what? What Nick Shirley provided one touch point, and that's why the surge is happening in Minnesota. But when you have hundreds of journalists all across the country doing exactly as Nick did, what happens next? Now you have hundreds of more touch points that the prosecutors can then focus on as well. And that is how you bring the entire fraud and corruption system down. Not with the New York Times, okay? Not with any of the legacy media, but with average people with cameras and a phone. That's it. And the whole system collapses because of this guy here. Because he showed him how it's done. Now, I'll remind you, I've been doing this for 20 years. And before we had the ease of using cell phones, I was in the streets doing exactly what he was doing. My cameras were bigger, they were bulkier, they were slower. Analog, recording to tape, distributing information DVD to DVD, burning hundreds of thousands of DVDs at a time. By any means necessary, waking up the American people. It's a lot easier now. He's in his early 20s. That's actually when I started doing my citizen journalism work, in my early 20s. But the tools are different. And the means of distribution are much different. Even when I started my first YouTube channel, it was like we were using, just rudimentary editing software. We had to capture video that we took on our cameras and record it down to from tape to digital. We had to have capture devices to do all that. And then we had to edit that software, edit that footage digitally. And the game has changed. Now you can do it all right on your phone. So, and then you can upload it in 10 seconds. And so the speed and acceleration of information has amplified the effect. And then, of course, with Elon Musk freeing Twitter, getting Nick Shirley 100 million views in 24 hours, like that just did not exist in the same capacity before when all the gatekeepers were in the way and technology didn't move as fast. But that's why we can see the accountability happening and, of course, the effect of all of these other reporters who are rising up. Now, this is what Elon Musk had to say. This is Mario Nawfal posting this right before the new year. And I'm going to get to the investigation of these other reporters in a moment, but we have to set the stage with what Elon is presenting here.
One who doesn't really understand. I think the media is a driver of misinformation much more than the media would like to admit that they are. And I think in a lot of cases, it is the average citizen that knows more than the journalist. In fact, I mean, very often when I see an article about something that I know a lot about, and I read the article, and it's like, they get a lot wrong. Sort of the best interpretation is someone who doesn't really understand what's going on in industry, has only a few facts to play with, has to come up with an article. It's going to be, it's not going to hit the bullseye. So then, like, generally, this is how I explain this to other people. If you read an article about something you know about, how accurate is that article? Now, imagine that is how essentially all articles are. They're an approximation of what's going on, but not an exact situation. So if somebody is actually like an expert in the field and was actually there and writes about their experience of being actually there, I think that actually that's in a lot of cases going to be better than a journalist, because the journalist wasn't there. I think,
and that's exactly why Nick Shirley was on the ground and shared his experience. Better than a journalist that went to school for it and, got to go to New York and, get a job at the Times, climb up the ladder, jump from station to station, from market to market, hoping that one day they would be the next CNN host. Yeah, we know who you are. Check this out. Let's get into some of this investigative work here. Ryan Mata writes, if you're a citizen journalist who lives in Ohio and is investigating Somali daycares, check out City Center Childcare.
Heather, let's just say the whole gosh damn house of cards is about to come crashing down. Let me introduce you to the fourth American citizen journalist in Ohio just today, in the last 4 hours, has done their own exposed video, and yet on another daycare ran by Somalis over in Ohio. So check this one out. This one's by Heather Leffler, if I'm saying that right, Leffler, Leffler. She says a friend investigated a daycare in Grove City, Ohio, after hearing about a similar case in Minnesota where fake daycares allegedly received millions in taxpayer dollars. The center seemed inactive with no response to calls or knocks. After knocking, she received a call claiming the daycare was closed until Monday due to plumbing issues despite prior unreturned calls. We've noticed that the building doesn't seem like they've had any kids coming in or out, ever. Their Facebook page raises some red flags too. The reviews seem suspicious, and some of the photos look like they've been photoshopped or taken elsewhere online. Holy shit, buckle up. Make sure you guys swing over and give Heather a follow. And if anybody else is exposing any of these daycare frauds, please, Ryan Matta Media over on X, shoot me a DM and send me a link to the video that you post, and I'll help make another video like this and blow it up for you. God bless you guys. Keep up the great work. Check this video out.
So again, it's people like him who are providing the amplification. So you have what we're about to see is the video that he discovered on X, much like what we do here. We discover a lot of the content that comes from the independent creators and we amplify. So this is how the effect continues to compound itself. People like us, people like him, Ryan here, amplifying the message.
I am acting like a complete creeper here. And nobody, even after banging on the door, ringing the doorbell, using whatever sad version of a Ring camera this is, nobody has come out to see what the hell I'm doing. And then more than that, their Facebook page lists them as open. I don't want to alienate their neighbors, but holy cow. I will be talking to them next. I am now at the building next door at 3711. It doesn't look like or sound like anybody's been here for a while either. It goes to 3713. Oh my.
You gotta love it though. You gotta love the background music that's just subtly playing. The tension. You have to add that. You have to add that. I mean, come on. What's gonna happen? Come on, someone answer the door, please. Please answer the door. It's gotta be another door. She's not giving up. Oh, here's another door. Knocking on every door. Come on, somebody else. Please.
Just walking down the sidewalk.
We're gonna go around back now.
Very new retired blacktop.
All those things are tells. Someone's maintaining the property next door. Somebody's still there. I'm not sure what time of day it is. Maybe there's.
Let's just say the whole gosh damn house of cards is about to come crashing down. Let me introduce you.
But that's the relentless pursuit of truth that you need to have, and the courage to go and just knock on the doors. You know. Here's another one. Citizen journalist Brock Miller just exposed another filthy, dilapidated, rundown building in Columbus, Ohio, run by Somalis claiming to be a child care center. Says it's open, ceiling falling out. The place is a total dump and debris is everywhere. A child care center in that condition. Really?
Today I'm showing you 161 Childcare in Columbus, Ohio. And as you can see, it does not look like a child care center at all. It is locked, says it's open. There's a little desk right there, but the ceiling's all falling out and stuff like that. And if you come around back, you can see that this place is just a total dump. Literal just debris everywhere.
I like how he had to put the crazy woman up front. All right, of course, that's the hook. Are we going to see the crazy woman?
This is a question. How do you enroll? How do you enroll your children
here we go.
here? You can't do that? No kids? So how can I enroll my children? It says you get public money through Ohio. You get money through the state of Ohio. This is a money that gets. Today I'm showing you 161 Childcare in Columbus, Ohio. And as you can see, it does not look like a child care center at all.
161 Childcare LLC. There's another touch point for the prosecutors. Let's go back to the Learning Center where it all started. Having a rough week, not even the misspelled address sign could stop journalism. Citizen journalism recounted her visit to the now infamous Minneapolis daycare center at the center of the fraud. Let's find out what she uncovered.
Restaurant. Guys, the owner's son just said that his lawyer said that they're not allowed to talk to us. I'm sorry? This is the property of the restaurant, right? Is this property of the daycare or the restaurant? Yeah, but yesterday I got some takeout from Albee Kitchen, and so I'm allowed to be here because this is the kitchen's parking lot.
Don't take the camera. Go over there if you want. Please.
But I ordered some food from Albee Kitchen, and this is the kitchen's parking lot.
No, this is my property. Please go over there.
Oh, you're the owner?
Please go over there.
Are you the owner?
100 times. Go over there, please.
Are you the owner of the property?
Yes, go over there.
Oh, okay. Are you also the owner of Quality Learning?
I don't want to talk. Go.
Seems like you want to talk. Seems like he wants to talk. He wants to have. It must be lonely just standing there, yelling at people all day. I think he does want to talk. I wonder, what's the border? Can I stand here, or is this okay? Can I be right here? Can I stand here? Where's the senior citizens?
Oh, that's just another example, folks. It's all collapsing. Here's Cam Higbee. Eric Darty posting this on the New Year's Eve. Citizen journalist Cam Higbee has exposed Hiloli Sophia Daycare in Washington State for getting nearly $1 million in taxpayer dollars, yet residents say there is no daycare here.
Sophia, all right, we are at Hiloli Sophia Child Care Center in Kent, Washington. They have received $863,000 since 2023. I don't see any signs right off the bat that it's a child care facility. There's no car seats, there's no children's toys, nothing like that. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna check it out. Hi, is this Hiloli Childcare? No. No? There's no childcare here? Okay, got it. Thank you so much. Have a good one. There's no childcare. All right, guys, we were just at Hiloli, what's allegedly Hiloli Child Care Center in Kent, Washington, which is right behind me right here. We went up to the door, the exact address listed on the state website, receiving over $800,000 in 2023. They claim there's no child care here.
A couple $100,000 for the cars.
I went and tried to ask the neighbors if there was daycare there. Nobody answered, but I could see the people who lived in that house peeling the curtains back because just like all of the other places, All the curtains were drawn. You couldn't see in or anything. They're peeling the curtains back and watching me as I walk around to the neighbors' houses, and they're scrambling and yelling, and I can hear them. What's up with that?
Okay, I'll tell you what's up with that. The word is out. See, the scam has been completely exposed. And in this intricate network of scammers, they're all talking to each other. I'll bet you $1 million there's text messages, there's probably chat rooms and encrypted signal messages that are being sent across this entire network to be on the lookout for people who are like Nick Shirley, because people like Cam Higbee will show up. And that's why they're closing the windows, they're peeking from behind, because they've been tipped off and they realize the game is over. And they're freaking out about it.
Weird. So I'm out of the field now. I'm back at the house, and I'm looking at this Halali Safia children's daycare on their government webpage, and their licensed capacity is 9, just like the other place, and their total available slots, meaning the total amount of children they can take on, is 6, meaning this daycare is only serving 3 children. I mean, I think it's likely they're not serving any children, considering they told me they're not a daycare. But at most, there could be 3 children being served by this place, and they're raking in $800,000 since 2023. I've now pulled up one of their inspection reports for Halali, and what you see is, again, short-term, long-term, serious and immediate risks. The government defines serious and immediate risks as risks that pose serious risk of injury, illness, or even death for children that attend these daycares. And this is the most recent inspection report with no indication that it's been corrected or fixed. And they're still raking in hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't even understand how this is possible. A normal inspection report for one of these daycares is like 2 pages long. But look at this. It just goes on and on and on with short-term, long-term, serious, and immediate risks.
See, in a real-world environment, where the dots are connected, a report like that would trigger an immediate halt on the funds to continue flowing. But because the dots aren't connected and no one's doing the follow-up, no one's doing the oversight, no one's taking this fraud report or this inspection report and handing it to the agency, going, look, this place is out of compliance and it should not be receiving funds. The left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing, so they've exposed this loophole, and that's why the money continues to flow, and these people just operate with impunity. They don't care, because they know that nothing's going to happen, and the money and the checks will just keep being deposited in their accounts, and the people who the funds are intended for truly never receive them, because it's going to places like this.
On and on. I mean, I don't even know how far. We're not even halfway. You can see the scroll wheel on the side. This is how long this report is. It should be only 2 pages. Look at this. I mean, we have to be 20 pages deep at this point.
Oh my God.
So that inspection that I just showed you, the horrendously failed inspection, was in February of 2025. But if we come over here to their funding, like, check this out. February 2025, they received $32,840. In March, another $32,688. In April of 2025, $32,688. And again, like, there's no indication that these issues were fixed. This is 207 is the most recent inspection that's occurred for this place. All right, we are at Halali.
So that's exactly what I just said. The money just keeps flowing. The dots aren't being connected despite the reports. Here's another one. Citizen journalist Nick Shirley visiting the Minnesota Hilton Hotel that apologized for banning DHS agents. The front desk manager told him he spoke directly with the owner and confirmed the anti-ICE policy is still in full effect. So another example of citizen journalism on the ground doing the work, exposing more of the corruption that is trying to block the federal investigation of these facilities and the illegals who are raking in millions upon millions of dollars.
Oh, yeah, I know that might be. All right, and wish me luck.
That is straight up black ice. Hello, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
Good. Do you have any rooms for tonight?
We should, yeah.
Okay. Like how many? Could we get like 10?
10?
I mean, yeah, I know that might be.
Let's see. Did you already make reservations by any chance?
No.
No? What's
First.
the name?
It would be just Nick. I'll just put it under my personal. I don't know if you can use a government rate or not, but.
Let's see. It depends because there's a lot of stuff going on right now. Is it?
Oh, Nick is testing the system. Just put it under my personal. Nick, unless you have a government rate. Oh, he's about to expose it. This is great.
What agency is it for? Using the
Well,
government rate.
they'd be Department of Homeland Security.
So we're not accepting people from immigration, ICE agents, DHS into our property. It's just our management ownership.
Oh, okay. I thought that changed today. Was that?
I just talked to my the owner of the building,
Uh-huh.
and he didn't say there has been any changes. So
Really? Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
it's just policy, you know that.
Yeah. I mean,
they
that's
said.
not your fault. Totally,
Yeah.
totally get that. So
Dude, I'm texting Nick right now while I'm watching this.
they actually said that was like, I mean, honestly, this is the most convenient location. So it's
Right.
like, so they told you no, that there's no.
Yeah, no immigration.
Well, DHS isn't
DHS.
all
Yeah.
immigration. But, okay.
So,
Okay. So even with the thing that they said earlier, where they mentioned that there was a statement that they put out, saying that they accept everybody and.
I haven't been informed. I could call my owner right now if you want.
Yeah.
And ask him what's.
That'd probably be good. Just trying
Yeah.
to figure it out. So because it's somebody said, I didn't know it was this location, but Ever Peak Hospitality, right?
I'm new here,
Okay.
so I don't really know what's.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I'll just call him. Ask
Yeah,
him
that's
see what's.
fine. That'd probably be a good idea.
Just been any.
Just to be clear, like I'm not trying to cause any problems. It's just
Right,
like
no,
it's
yeah.
11 o'clock now.
Right.
So
Yeah. I
just
get it.
checking.
Yeah. I'll be right back. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, so nobody's answering my calls right now.
Okay.
Because of the time. But
Gotcha. Okay, so this is Everpeak though, and they said Everpeak Hospitality has moved swiftly to address this matter as it was inconsistent with our policy of being a welcoming place for all. We are in touch with the impacted guests to ensure they are accommodated without discriminating against any individuals or agencies and apologize to those impacted. Yeah, we are. It's kind of long. I don't know. I was kind of surprised. I thought we were good to go. Like I said, not everybody with DHS is immigration. That's just
right. Yeah, I get that, but it's
It's also a fraud investigation. I guess we'll just say as well. But,
yeah, but
okay, no problem at all. Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No problem. Not your fault.
Answer the phone.
Okay.
But,
All right. So they lied. Hilton and the Hampton Inn out here in Everpeak Hospitality lied. Full of shit. And now they are going to, well, let's just say they effed around and it's find out time. They almost got a little bit of a pass the first time, right? You thought they may have learned their lesson. And this is why I said that their talk it means nothing. People were saying, oh, well, no, they said that they're going to change their policy. They lied. They didn't do it. So, they're now going to get Bud Lighted. Congratulations, Hilton. You can take Hilton. You can take your name off that sign tomorrow. Today, you could do it. But we'll see if you will.
Dude, that was epic. I literally just texted him as I was watching that. Dude, that was genius. I told him, genius move to get that clerk to reveal it. That was perfect. This is independent journalist Nick Shirley, seen here doing the kind of investigative work that award-winning mainstream media outlets should be doing. Regardless of reviews on the story itself, it's refreshing to see citizen journalism break through, and now even major outlets like Fox are covering it. We're going to check out this next one in a second. Here.
Daycare. So this is Quality Learning Center. I meant to say Quality Learning Center. We've arrived to ABC Learning Center. All the windows are blacked out. I would like to check a child in the daycare.
Why?
Can I speak to a manager? I would like to see if I could bring little Joey, my son little Joey here. Is there paperwork or can I check out the daycare?
You got $2.66 million this year in funding and $2.5 million last year. We're just wondering where the kids are.
Hello, we'd like to ask where the money's going.
Wow. You're right.
So
that
good.
was the old good journalism. By the way, Fox Digital reached out to that learning center to try and, get a statement from them. And apparently the number doesn't even work. So we did not get a response there.
Well, and
Fox decided to do something after it went viral. Here's this one. Holy smokes, a citizen journalist in Washington pulled a thread. The panic was instant. He visits a so-called Somali daycare, pulling hundreds of thousands of taxpayer cash. Where does he find a $500,000 house? The tenants immediately start yelling, "Get out!"
No, there's nobody on. Oh yeah, I was trying to find the local daycares.
We already know about what's going on.
Mhm.
This is a licensed property. If you have a complaint, go to the state.
Okay, I was trying to find out if you guys are a daycare. I was just trying to see.
Well, you don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to. If you want to know any questions, just go online and ask who you need to ask. But
No, there's nobody online to ask, so I'm just trying to ask you guys.
No, you don't have to ask us anything.
I don't have to?
If you have any questions, go
I
to
do.
the state.
I have a question. I was just asking you guys.
And
Okay, you guys were listed on the website and a bunch of websites, so for daycares, so.
Oh, that's what it is. Then you don't need to go door to
It's
door.
yeah, no, you can. Yeah, I have. You can go door to door.
So if you have any questions, go call the child care check, and they'll give you whatever information that you need.
Okay, so you guys aren't a daycare then? Not a public daycare, right? Okay, I didn't think so. Oh, I can, yeah.
Another
So these ones were really hostile. I just knocked on the door just to see if it was a local daycare listed on the websites. It said contact the state. It's interesting.
Another touch point for the investigators. It's spreading like wildfire. This is another one. This is Cam Higbee exposing Somali fraud in Washington. It is all spreading.
Same thing. My decoy went up, and she could hear people rustling around on the other side of the ring camera as if they were listening to her but not responding.
Kristen Magnuson and I also went to this house right after you guys to see if we get the same response, and we sort of did. We saw the same thing, the windows with vinyl covering, can't see inside. We ring the doorbell, but actually somebody responds to us.
Hey, is this Dagash Family Childcare?
No.
It's not Dagash Family Childcare.
No.
Okay, what's the name of the childcare here?
I don't know.
I ask, has this place ever been a childcare? The woman says no. But obviously Washington state records tell a completely different story.
Yeah, this specific address is locked into Washington state records as a daycare.
Yeah.
It's locked into like the Google paid for the business.
Yep.
Is this address,
right? And it's up to date with licensing.
The numbers here.
Okay, so we just visited Dagash Family Childcare. This address was confirmed online. They get $23,260 in October.
They have made $210,000 just this year.
And how many kids again is this place registered for?
Oh, that's the fun part. 3.
3 kids.
So this place are licensed for 9 children.
Okay, this place is licensed for 9,
but they have 6 slots available.
Right.
Which means they only have 3 kids, and they've raked in $210,000 in tax money.
And neighbors say when we ask them, We asked, have you ever seen kids come out of this place?
Not a single one. Not a single one. So this woman comes up. The people who live there actually texted her as a neighbor and asked her to confront us because they thought we were ICE. So the next question is, are they illegal immigrants? Why are they so concerned about ICE?
Jeez, that's another rabbit trail.
A total other rabbit hole. But what she said is, I have seen no evidence that there is a daycare there. She actually said, my husband and I were wondering how those people afford that house because she said the rent was $3,500 a month.
I haven't seen kids over there.
Okay, interesting.
I have seen, I've seen one child over there, like when they have like family things.
Right, yeah.
But no, I have not seen any evidence of daycare activity there.
On 9/11/2025, they came in and they inspected. They found multiple long-term, short-term, serious, and immediate risks to children. That's in September. In September, they were awarded $22,000.
So I reached out to the Washington State Department of Children, Youth, and Families, right? Again, this is the agency that essentially licenses, does oversight, does the inspections. I have yet to hear back. That's now in the state of Washington.
Yes.
What is the state of Washington's accountability practices now? If there are violations, how much time do they have to correct course? Does funding get stopped? These are questions that still need to be answered. What I want to emphasize, though, especially in our reporting, is that we're not alleging that every single one of these Somali-run daycares are engaged in fraudulent activity.
Yeah, totally. We went to some today that seemed totally legitimate.
Right, and the vast majority may be legit. But the ones that we've investigated and the list that we still have that needs to be investigated, there are concerning signs. We can't do this alone. There are dozens of places we need to hit up. We've just scratched the surface here in Washington State. A lot of these potential problematic Somali daycares are in South King County. So, frankly, Cam, we can't do this alone. This is a call out now to the community, other citizen journalists, other volunteer sleuths who want to start following up. Really, all you need is courage, some curiosity, and an iPhone to document what's happening at these places.
Yeah, and don't show up and be mean and harass people, but there's nothing wrong with knocking on a door and asking a question. My decoy went up, and she could hear people rustling.
But they're going to attack the messenger. They call him a white supremacist, a conspiracy theorist. It's par for the course. Elon Musk opening the method of communication for this information to flow, for the citizen journalists to take action. Yeah. American citizen journalist reveals paid protesters in the heart of Palestine protests in London. Citizen journalist who actually exposing much of this doing better job than the mainstream media. 23 years old, Nick Shirley, American hero. Somali man in Ohio says America will become a Muslim state. Our goal is to make America Islamic. At the Global Mall in Columbus, Ohio, we saw a poster said no ICE, took a photo, and was swarmed. Deport Depot. Secret America on the ground in Ohio investigating possible fraud. The angrier they get, the guiltier they look.
This is not your job.
And maybe you can provide insight or information.
That's not your job. We have a license. Ask them, go to the online and ask our license. This is not your job. Get out of here.
No, it is my job to investigate the use of public funds.
Show me if you have evidence. I'm not going to give you any information. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't need permission. I'm a citizen of Ohio, and I'm a taxpayer, and I'm actually here to investigate for simply to ask you if you receive
I'm not a teacher. When I want to do my job, do your job. That's it.
what your impression is of the allegations.
She's a teacher. They harassing only the African people. You see what happens to the media? They harassing us. I'm going to give my life. What are you going to do, guys?
See, this is the power of the people. He says, I'm a citizen of Ohio. This is why I'm allowed to do this, because it's my money. And the people are acting. The Somali Education Center resource to be given $14 million has been found. One after another. The dominoes are falling.
Well,
It's because people have the courage.
You get 20% off for urgent care services. I mean, look at this. So they're listing all of these, and you get 20%. I've never seen a doctor's office do this, but they're also the Somali Education Resource Center. What's the tie here?
Calling now. Please wait a moment.
Oh my. One by one, they're all getting exposed. This is huge, folks.
I mean, it's normal business hours. It's almost 3:30 p.m.
This gets $14 million?
Please press the button to leave a message.
No, thank you. This is what's shocking to me.
You're trying to reach is unavailable.
We know that because you're legitimately not here. What's shocking to me is that this is the third office that's listed for the Somali Education Resource Center. They got $14 million just this year.
There's nothing in there. There's nothing in
And
there.
it looks empty from what the guys are telling me. But where did the $14 million go? And who else is involved with this resource center? This is taxpayer funding. We deserve answers.
Looks like an empty office. Almost.
So $14 million in a
They're
building
looking
that smells
in the
like weed
mail
and is
slot.
filled with other healthcare services.
They're looking in the mail slot and finding nothing behind that door. They just have a big sign, Somali Education Resource Center. Holy cow.
Where did the $14 million go? And who else is involved with this resource center? This is taxpayer funding. We deserve answers.
Looks like an empty office.
An empty office.
So $14 million in a building that smells like weed and is filled with other healthcare services when I don't know how the Educational Resource Center is based on 20% off doctor's care. Where there's smoke, there's fire. This doesn't make sense.
I just think it's important to ask questions and get transparency.
We
Like,
would
there
love
should
those
be a
questions.
full
We have a
audit.
right to with $14 million in taxpayer money.
100%.
You know, one second here. I'm going to get a video of this. I want to talk about this because this has been my key investigation here. So, all right, guys. So we are here. We found it finally, all day long. The Somali Education Resource Center, Suite 301 here at 299 East Granville Road in Dublin, Ohio. Now, the deal is that $14 million into this center here. This is a single office. And by the way, there's nothing inside it. We've already looked. It is very, very, very much dark, and it looks like there's maybe a couch inside. So, not anything here. Very nice security system, which I found very strange. So I assume that they probably have now taken our video and everything of us standing out here. But there is nothing here. And again, where's the money? That's the real question. Where is the money? Because the organization is supposedly $42 million over the past few years in taxpayer funds. We have no access, and we have no idea where it is. So we're just trying to ask some questions here, and we have yet to find anything at all. So,
Asking questions, not finding anything. Here's the other angle. This is
the Somali Education Resource Center, Suite 301 here at 299 East Granville Road in Dublin,
There's
Ohio.
a video of him
now,
doing
the
it.
deal is that
You see what happened there? You got like 3 people with cell phone cameras. Everyone's shooting a different angle. Everyone's posting to their own X accounts, and the stuff's going viral on every platform. This is how it's done. This is stuff we could have only dreamed of having access to when I was 22 years old. I'm 48 now. I mean, what is happening now? The speed of technology, the speed of information, and this guy, Nick Shirley, at the center of it all.
And we'll make 20. There's fraud all across the country right now with these daycare facilities. You have 4 kids, I have 4 kids, you watch my 4 kids, I'll watch your 4 kids, and we'll make $25,000 a pop.
That's crazy.
And a lot of people have taken advantage of that in places like Seattle, Washington, for instance. So this fraud's happening everywhere. Now, the people have given me a mandate to expose more of the fraud, so I'll be exposing more.
Yeah. You know, we all know how much money got flooded out into these communities with so little accountability, starting in COVID and continuing after that. How much more of this story do you think we're going to see out there, David?
Oh, we're going to see a lot. We're going to see it. We're seeing it in California. We're going to see it in New York with the home health aides. And I think we need to look at this in an entirely different way. This is not standard Tammany Hall patronage and kickbacks, right? We've always had that. That was meant to keep people in power. That was not meant to be a massive redistribution of wealth. What we're seeing here is a massive redistribution of wealth. When these blue states allocate billions of dollars for marginalized communities.
And I think he's wrong there. I think that there's politicians on the take who are looking the other way. And it is to keep those people in power. That's why they pander to the voting blocks. That's what you saw in Minnesota with Keith Ellison. And that recording we played in a previous report. This is exactly what's happening. You want our votes, you want our money, protect our interests. What are our interests? Our interests are the fraud and the corruption and the theft of federal money. And then what does he do? Those people get arrested, and then he returns the money. So I don't think this guy's. This is different. I don't think he actually. This guy gets the whole picture here, David Marcus. But regardless, the point is Nick Shirley. He's not stopping. You saw he's vowed to blow the lid off the nationwide fraud that's happening. There are fraudulent daycare facilities across the country right now. Happening. All across the country. People have given him a mandate to expose more. And that's exactly what he will do. The question is, what will you do? You see, because the movement's not centralized. There's no single editor. There's no gatekeeper. There's no party headquarters. That's why they can't stop it. From Minneapolis to Columbus to Washington State, independent reporters are uncovering shell nonprofits and phantom centers while the media insists that nothing is wrong. You see, the establishment, they understand this now, and that's why they're terrified. So the question is, what will you do when you are empowered with that device in your hands? What will you do? How will you use it? Will you heed the call? Will you fan out with all the rest? Will you amplify the voices as we do here? Because what you're witnessing is the real revolution in media. Not left versus right, truth versus control. That's what it is. You see, for years, legacy outlets, they ignored this fraud. They had the resources, they had the access, and they chose silence. Then citizen journalists with cell phones and courage did what billion-dollar networks would not. And here's what the establishment does not want you to understand. Networks like the Next News Network opened the door for this moment. See, we've been delivering the unfiltered truth for far more than a decade, while the mainstream media called us fringe. And now the model that we pioneered many, many years ago is spreading everywhere. You come here because you want the real story. No corporate filter, no approved narrative, just the facts. And that is why citizen journalism is exploding. You see, we're on the cusp of a media revolution, and you are part of it. So the question for you tonight, maybe ask yourself this when you're looking at yourself in the mirror. Do I have the courage to stand up and do what it takes to expose the fraud, to post the videos? Ask yourself this. And if you can honestly answer that question, let us know. Drop a comment. Reply. Post your videos. Tag us in them. Let's work together. Go to X. Upload. Share. Make sure you take action. We will see you, we will hear you, and you will be one of those who we just amplified tonight. We are all links in this chain. So the main question, though, do you trust citizen journalists more than mainstream media? We can talk about that too in the comments. If you want to support the revolution, go to the Next News merch shop in the description.
The system controls information. Information control is power.
They don't want you to see this.
The truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now.